Hello, good morning. Right then, it is one day special time, and what a one day special this has been. This has absolutely flown out the door since it launched last night. If you missed it, where were you? Where have you been? Right then, so please let me introduce you to Miss P. Hi, Miss P.
Hello, how are you, Alex?
I am very well. I love that. I love that that's your brand, Miss P Loves.
Well, it is, now you mention it, people asking why did we go for that? And of course, I'm working with collaboration with Crafts too, and John to make these dies. And once we started the talk and we said, what you're going to call them? And of course, Leone always calls me Miss P.
She does indeed.
And I thought, well, you know, what a good way to celebrate our friendship, but also to celebrate the love for crafting that we share together. And of course, Miss P Loves then became because the brand, because then it's about loving card making, paper crafting, die cutting, and of course, art journaling, which is all, for me, the behind the concept of the Boundless Journal as well, and paper engineering.
Absolutely, which I love. Now, so just to say that the Boundless Journal dies, now they haven't been seen since April, have they?
They haven't not. So we had a one-day special, and then we had, you know, it did sell out very quickly. So we wanted to bring back with the brand new 2 panels that you can see them there. Now, these panels were brand launched yesterday, and this is what you can create. I mean, there are so many different combinations. And remember, the Boundless Journal is a journal that basically all you need is the dies, paper or cards, and the die cutting. Because then, of course, you don't need glue, you don't need any other element but the dies themselves. Because there you have the pages, the hinge, and the locking key, that mechanism. And also the fact that it kind of everything there, I mean, obviously the embellishments are glued to it, but the structure has been created with just the pages and the hinge. There you can see the hinge in the center with the locking key. Oh yeah. So that if you undo it, then you can, it comes apart. But that will hold it. Yeah. So and clever. I will explain the whole project, how it works, because it's one of those things that you can build it up. So a lot of the times when I'm making cards, say for instance, for here, when people, you know, have big birthdays or something like that, this is a great way to use them, because then it means that I can make as many pages as I need to. Yeah. Or for instance, Haley has done her own thing. And look at, you know, I really love Haley West, a great presenter and great friend of mine as well. The other day just said, oh, I want to do one. And so with felt for her sewing beads.
Look at this, isn't this cool? That's amazing.
And one of the things, the clever things that she's done is, of course, even pockets, you can create it. And the other thing she's done, if you open it or you close it, instead of having the hinge going inwards, it goes outwards. So then the locking mechanism is the scissors.
That's so clever.
Isn't it so genius? Isn't it? I love that. So see, it's not just art journaling, it's practical for your sewing a bit. And imagine, for instance, I mean, one of my favorite things is, you know, Katrina and Rowan Dean. Oh, imagine die cutting that out of her, you know, beautiful fabric or felt, and then do it like that, doing her beautiful decorations. This is by Sam, you know, John's Sam, and look at that, using beautiful Prima papers, I think they are, vintagey kind of colors, and it looks like it's a memorabilia. This is kind of that kind of element as well. And remember, you don't need glue in there. You don't need glue to assemble it. So if you are brand new, and then if you are absolutely brand new to art journaling, but you like die cutting and paper engineering, this is definitely for you.
Amazing, so cool. Now, where are the floral? Thank you, my lovely. So yes, because you're not just getting the Boundless, the originals, you're also getting the floral sets as well, which you can see. And here you go. So then you can really take it to another level, can't you?
Yes, you can. And this one is, well, a very similar demonstration that I did at 8 a.m. how to create. So basically, the hinge there has disappeared in the front. And what I did, it was to die cut it with the open floral. And the florals is one of those ones that I really love, because it can be used in many different ways for card mating as well. And then, of course, you can see here I used the botanicals there that are part of another bundle, but we can see. And then those words that you can see as well, they are free downloads. And I will explain how they work in a little bit. But you can see, again, the floral, I use it as a stencil there. So there are so many different ways of using them.
Amazing. Have I got another one with the florals?
Yeah.
Let's see, let's see, let's see. Look. Oh, look at this one.
Oh, this one you will like it because this one is, I put it up and it's an easel card with a Day of the Dead. So it's right up to your street.
It is. It's so cool. Look at that.
So basically, this is the panels. So on the one-day special, you are getting the floral, and of course, you are getting the floral has the outer die, so you can die cut it and create as well the matting and layering and create something completely different. Isn't that clever? The Archangel. I think it says Archangel. I'm sorry. I know Sheila, Leslie, and Archangel. They create a lot of samples, and I thank them very much.
Thank you so much as well. Now, the one-day special, okie dokie, we are 60% of the stock gone. As ever, I'll show you lots more samples as we go through. But if you're new to this, I'm going to hand over to Paola in a second to explain the whole concept. Now, look, this has got a freedom discount as well. Such a good price for all of these dies, 24 dies in total. You're going to really enjoy using these. So it's £30.58 if you're a Freedom member. Item number is 981135. Now, if you do just want the new floral dies on their own, we have got this at $18.99, but it is limited stock. So if you already got the original dies and you just want to top up, please be quick with this because limited. Green is on the screen, as Yanis likes to say. 064490 is the item number. Do give us a call, or of course you can check out at thecraftstore.com. Lovely stuff. I'm going to hand over to you, Paola.
All right. So to explain the whole Boundless Journal, kind of how it works, let me show you the dies. Right. So what you are getting in here is quite a few of them. So you can see when you get the Boundless is all those elements in here. So what you do, what they are absolutely essential from here is these 3 or 4 actually. Now I'm going to explain them what they do. So when you die cut it, this is what you're going to get with the aperture down the middle. That's precisely kind of size. Then you are getting them as well with the scoring lines, and I'm going to show you in a second why this is important. And then you have got the hinge in here. Again, it has got the scoring lines, so you have got not only cut it, but actually it will score there. So that will have that ability to do that. You can see there then. Now, you have got matting and layering for those ones as well. And then you have got 2 different designs for the locking keys. I like them to call them locking keys because actually this one was inspired by a real key. You can see that it's almost like a, old-fashioned key. Now, if you die cut it out of, say, I have got some pattern paper here. So this is like, you can see it like that. So this is how it has come out right from the die cutting machine. For this die is the only one die that will require an A4 die cutting machine because this is a little bit wider than 6 inches. And then you have got here, I have die cut vellum. Here I have die cut fabric, stabilized fabric, cotton. I have got here maybe rice paper as well. So you can see how all of them have cut beautifully. Then what you do is you can put them all in the same way or you can rotate them. So that way is creating more angles. But also not only this way, but then say, for instance, I want to bring in, say, for instance, the rice paper, which actually, but then I wanted to have it maybe inside out, but then like this, for instance, like I'm going to do it the other way around. So this is the right way. So I can then put it this way in there and maybe that way. So that way automatically is creating even more. So there is kind of almost 4 ways that you can put the papers in there as well. So remember that you do as you wish, and there is no right or wrong. Right, so then we take our hinge in here. So I'm going to fold it down the middle, and then I'm going to go in with the first fold and then fold it like that. So remember, the folds are ready-made for you, so you just fold them there. Now, in this case, I want the hinge going inwards like this. This is the traditional way. So what I'm going to do is put it in the table, so that gives me a little bit of more stability. Feed it through. And remember, you can change your mind at any point. There is no right or wrong. Like you can put more pieces of paper, for instance, there as well, another one. Then I'm going to put the parchment in here as well. And then once that you are satisfied, you can then put your key, locking key like that.
I love that.
Or your the arrow kind of paper clip one, which this one will work. Feed it through, and then that one goes in there. You can see there that it kind of clips in that bit in there. And that is it.
Boom. That's so clever. It is. It's really cool. And so quick though as well.
It is very, very quick.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why, for instance, people like Leone love, love the concept, because it's like she can go in and kind of all those pieces of paper that, from jelly plates and things like that, or where is it? Something like this that, is a place of cleaning the brayer, for instance. Yeah. Die cut it, quick and simple. And then if you go for the one-day special that comes in with, for instance, the matching kind of dies, the matching kind of matting and layering, then you can go in and say, well, I'm going to do some stamping, and then I kind of cover it, and you don't have to have those messy backgrounds because you have got the perfect matting and layering there for it. If you saw me folding this, it's because remember that it has got extra scoring lines. So that kind of gives you more of a spine if you wanted to. You don't have to, but you can have it. And then there is more. So for instance, sometimes we have, what we call it, like we start making an album and then we want more and more. Maybe it's kind of a memory book about something and then you kind of expand it. I added this die as well, which is basically, so if you want to expand them and link them together and create a nice spine, you can glue. This will require glue. Just put glue here, put it through it here, and then you could link it up. I'm going to just grab another one. Let me grab this one. And then you could link another one like this. So then you can create as many as you wanted, because you could add another one in here and another one in here.
Whole concertina.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Meg's just said in our ear, chapters of your life.
Yes, absolutely. Or volumes of your life. Volumes. But you can see they're never saying, oh, actually, I want to add more. So you unbound it, you kind of then go in, and then kind of add maybe like this, changing the direction as well. And remember, if you go for the one-day special, not only you're getting the pages, but you are getting as well the panels, which means that you could put die cutting out of pattern paper. For instance, if you go traveling, like kind of maps and things like this. And then, of course, you are getting in the one-day special the new florals ones as well. So these ones will match perfectly as well to that kind of random kind of element in here. So then you can glue it on the front as well. There is so many things. I want to explain another thing. I'm keep on going.
Oh no, it's fine, it's fine. I'm listening.
The other thing that we have got in here, so the panels, so we have got them in here, so you can see that they will match perfectly the dies, kind of, you can see there, so if I put it there, you can see that it will perfectly match inside. There are two dies, so if you wanted to cut into the card, you can cut into the card. If you comment it out, you can. If you had the original panels, which now have sold out, and that brings another thing, if you like any of the panels, make sure to buy them because they are limited runs. Once the Crafts 2 runs out of the run, they don't get remanufactured. Okay. They are the Boundless Journal pages, yes, but not the panels themselves. Right. So make sure if you like the florals, grab it while they are in stock. The previous one has now sold down and gone. But what I wanted to show you is if you had the previous panels, you have the blade right on the inside. If you go for the floral ones as well, you will have the blade right on the outer side. And what that means is, if I turn it over, is that if you use them in combination, this is what it will give you. So you have, the brand new ones are a little bit bigger, so it gives you a beautiful edge. They have been designed, so like I designed them, so you still can use mix and match the dies themselves. So you can see that you still can use the previous one if I wanted with these ones and vice versa, but I didn't want you to have any repeat dies, therefore. And then you also are getting the little kind of a stamen here in here, so they will match the flowers. Centers of the flowers again, so this is the one that kind of will go. And then of course the heart, which will match this circle and as well as the larger flower. Then you are getting a paper clip. So you can see here that one will work as a paper clip, but also as a hinge. So if you have got two pieces of paper or two pictures, you could link them all together as well. So that kind of works like this. And then finally, one of my favorite dies is this die here, because I had these elements, this area where I could put something. And what I did was create like almost like a die for a stencil. So you can stencil through it and kind of, get ink. But more importantly, what I design is free downloads that you can download on my blog, blog.paolapasquale.com. And what they are, you download the PDFs, you print them out 100%, and then you can place, so basically it's for free for personal use, because there are some poems there and some quotes, and hence, but obviously the happy birthdays, you can use them for any cards that you would then make to sell. You place it over the top, you secure them, you die cut them, and then you are getting all these ones in here. So you have got things like be kind always, birthday wishes, thinking of you. The wisest thing you can do is to be on your side. This is a quote, hence why it's personal use only. Work hard, play hard, be kind always, and things like that. So therefore, remember, you can download them for free, blog.paolapasquale.com, and of course then you can embellish your cards and art journals.
Amazing. You're so cool, Paola. Paola, now I need to ask you.
Yeah.
How did you do this one?
Well, actually, I didn't do that one, so I think it's our angel that did that one. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. That is using.
It's cool. I'm so
That
confused.
is using the actual, I believe, is the hinge in there that you can then use them like a tiny little book.
Should we see yours?
Well, you could, but it's just basically the hinge. And I believe you can then just use them and glue them together in there as well.
That is very cool. I have to say, the design team, they
Absolutely.
the angels, sorry. They are brilliant. They just come up with so many different ideas. Like, they really think out the box.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Absolutely, they do. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Right, let's show you some samples here. There's some gorgeous samples. So this is what you're getting. This is your one-day special. Now, this is the only time you're on today, isn't it, Paola?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
John will be at 12 and 4, but it will not be with Miss P. It will be with Scraps 2 and John next door products.
But the reason why I bring that up is because basically this is your last seeing then, shall we say, of your one-day special, so I don't want you to miss out on it. Look, how clever is this? Oh, so this is by Sam. Sam. Yeah. That's brilliant. Right, there you go. And then here we go. Who's this by? I'm not sure who this is by.
Oh, that's me. That's going to be my next demo, actually.
Oh, it's amazing. Look, and for the hinge, there's the brush. That's so clever. Look at that. And again, you've got those inspirational words in there. Just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Oh, yes, and that's Maya Angelou. Yes. Remember studying her at school. And then let's bring this one in. They're all so different, aren't they? Look at that. Do you know what? Can you imagine making this for your kids or your grandkids? They would be so cool at school, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. And what about doing recipes?
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
So cool. So
and actually, I was thinking, if it's recipes and things like that, you could, those like maybe wooden spoons. The wooden spoon, like could be a whole, as well.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Look, your possibilities are endless here. You're gonna personalise as much as you want. I mean, look how full this one is. So get your fancy papers. Of course, I'm going to go graphic 45 and stuff like that. And get your memories, and it really could be anything. It could be your travel journal. As Paola's just said, your recipe journal. It could be a journal of your life. It could be a diary. It could be anything that you want. But the point is, it's personal to you, and your creations are yours. See, this is cool. This looks like maybe it's... Oh, who's this cheeky chap?
Oh, look at that. I love that, actually,
Yeah, look at that. So this is fabulous.
You know what? When I see this, it really makes me smile, because that's the thing is, this is not just art journaling. This is for your memories. This is for keeping, your pictures. A lot of people, and we know, we are either limited by time or even limited by confidence. We don't maybe have the confidence to do, I'm going to do a 12 by 12 layout, or I'm going to do a proper mini album.
Yeah.
This allows you to start, I'm going to do a small one. I'm going to do 2 or 3 pages. You can do that with the knowledge that you can increase it if you want later on, or you can just do 2 pages and that can be it. And by the way, thank you everybody, especially Betty Davis, who sent in pictures yesterday of what they have done, because it's great to see that, you know, also Tracy and obviously John and Sam and Julie Hickey, who use the mini album for their own personal projects.
Yeah, they do. I've noticed them actually when they've been on with their own shows.
Yeah. And Julia as well.
Yeah.
Julia Watts as well, and obviously Leonie as well. So that means so much that people, professionals, they go to it because it's easy.
Amazing. Now this one's showcasing the floral panel. Here you can see it, brand new today. Remember, so as Paula said, now once this panel's gone, it's you know, they're not going to do any more reruns of that. So it is a limited edition panel, and it is limited stock on its own. Now that's at the bottom of the screen if you want that floral panel, and that's $18.99. But if you go for the whole bundle, especially as a Freedom member, you've got ever such a good deal. It's £30.58, and that's for 24 dies. Now, nearly 2/3 of the stock has gone on the one-day special. 981135 is your item number. Do check out the website for all of the other dies that Paola's brought to us as well. Right, I shall hand back to you, Paola.
Well, I just thought that we would do one that is inverted, like kind of with the hinge going out.
Sounds good.
And the first thing that we are going to do is, of course, die cutting the pages. So I have done already 2 in black. Sorry, Chris, our director is like kind of I die cut it out of black, and then
better than white, though.
Well, yeah, you know. Well, that's the next one.
That's Baker's.
Exactly. Right. So I'm going to die cut the page in here out of vellum. Now, as I mentioned before, they are for A4. This die will work through an A4 die cutting machine. I'm using the Go Power and Emboss, which, you know, I have to say I'm really loving.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, if you have got any other die cutting machine that is that wafer thin dies will work, like your Big Shot Plus, your which one is there is the Platinum as well, or the Tangerine. Of course, these ones will go through as well. And then we have this. Look at that, already scored, already cut the center. And this is one thing that this technique can be used with other, you know, like if your page, for instance, was a little bit smaller, as long as you have got, say, about 4 inches, sorry, you can cut it. It doesn't matter if the lines are a little bit smaller or bigger. And so I have got the page in here. I have got my black ones. Also, if you look at, I think probably this will be the best. You can see there a little bit the scoring lines there. Okay, so. Okay, there we can, yeah, there we can see it, perfect. You can see that. And that is because if, for instance, you have got a very big, bulky album, that will give you more of a rounded or even more of a spine rather than just a fold. So that's kind of, you don't have to use them, but they are there if you need them. So I kind of go in and I want to have in the main page, I wanted that one in there. So because kind of, you don't have to worry about now about how the order is going to be. Just going to have it more or less like that. I have, I love my Japanese calligraphy. I don't really know how to do it, but this is one of my mindful exercises. I like to do circles and so I'm going to go for this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the panel, the matching panel for the from the floral ones. You can see it matches beautifully. And then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to put it around here. I don't mind it if kind of cuts it like this a little bit. And then I'm going to place it there. And then run it. Now, this is important because I wanted dies that kind of allow you to fussy cut to kind of make sure that you are getting it in the right place as well. So running through it, the machine. And these ones, I mean, as I mentioned, the only die that will work, that you need an A4 is the bigger pages. Everything else will work through the smaller die cutting machines, an A6 one. So you have here the pattern paper that will match there. Exactly like this. So now I want to kind of say, okay, I kind of like it like this. I have got the beautiful vellum in here, the parchment, but I'm kind of thinking, well, I kind of maybe want to rotate it a little bit here. maybe like this. Remember, you can decide later. The spine, this time I want it the other way around, so I kind of just place it like this, fit it through here, and then I'm going to put the brush in there.
Cool.
So there, that's going to hold it. And again, I have got my album.
Cool.
Right, so I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to kind of say, oh, no, I want to put more pages. Well, you can, because that's the thing, that's the beauty of this system, that you can then put another one in here. Or, for instance, I'm thinking, actually, no, I wanted to have this panel. Remember, this is a brand new, from the floral one. It's included in a one-day special. That will work better. And then I can put this one in here. And then I'm going to put that in there. So again, remember that you can change it as you wish. You can make it, and then see, for instance, this one looks a little bit more cleaner in pages, which I kind of like. And then I'm going to place that one over the top. In there. So I'm going to put some...
How big's that? It's a whopper.
It's a whopper. You know why? Because that way I don't lose it. I can't find it.
You're not going to lose that.
Absolutely not. You will believe it that I lose it.
You look dangerous.
Yeah, it is. It's
Bond girl.
It's like, yes, I am. It is very handy. Anyway, so another thing that we haven't mentioned is that diamond that it comes in, that little die in there. So I'm going to grab, what is this? Here, a piece of paper that I threw away. I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to die cut this as well as, let me just put it. Don't do as I do, just do as I say. I wouldn't throw away any piece of card like that at home, but you know, for demonstration purposes. Now here I have used, so for instance, the quote. Remember, you can download them on my blog, and I'm gonna just place it over there. Remember, you need to print them as 100% and download them as PDFs. And I have got 2 dies. It only comes with 1, but it's just that it's just quicker.
Yeah,
for me.
easier for demo purposes. No worries.
Yeah. And then I'm going to run it, and that's going to die cut it. In the meantime, I'm going to take the die that I already die cut. So that one is this one. So remember, that's how I got it, right? So there it is. So that has given me the die cut like that. I'm going to just put some spray adhesive on the back. So I'm going to go downstairs.
Oh, you're good. You do it in the bin.
In the bin, yeah. So that kind of let it set for a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to kind of have a little bit of a mess in there. And then I'm going to put the gorgeous there. Let's see where. I think I've lost one word, but just.
I think it's actually stuck to the plate.
Oh yeah, it is in there. So then, when you peel them back, you can see that.
It's very handy, that.
And then you have got, what is it? I'm gonna go in with my tweezers in here, because they are super fine. It's a 7-day savers, these ones. And then is the light you are seeking has always been within. I love that one. And then I'm gonna put this one. Remember that this one kind of works. So you can then choose to highlight, to put it just behind there.
Oh, okay.
So you can see how it matches. And
that's cool.
Then place it over here. So you can see the contrast with that white in there.
I like
and you could do that, or like Leonie was saying, you could die cut the diamond out of any, different colors like rainbow, and then create like a. And I was like, yeah, you can do that. I'm like, as if you have got time. And then, so this one is one of the sayings, and then another saying that I have got here is, I think this one. I don't know which one I did. And also, I will keep those words as in an envelope or something like that if I change my mind. You can use, the double-sided adhesive films. You could have those ones ready, put it on the back of the card as well.
Yes.
So I kind of like this one, Perfect Imperfection as well. That would work quite well. But I do like the roomy one, so I'm going to put that roomy colors in here. So the light. So I'm going to put it in here, a little bit of glue to stab it, and then. Okay, and by the way, if you are wondering who Rumi is, it's a Persian poet, actually. I forgot what century it is from. So it's actually a mystical kind of mystical Rumi in there.
So Rumi, not housemate then?
Huh?
Not housemate then? Rumi! My Rumi's over there. It's there. It's waving.
Oh, that's so funny. I was like, for a second, I was like, what am I missing? It's like,
sorry, I've totally thrown you off.
No. I was kind of thinking, it's like, why didn't I kind of got that one? But has always the light you are seeing having always within. And that is nice. Kind of, I think, just showing that if you are afraid of art journaling or something like this is a great die set to begin with, because you can change it. You can say, well, you don't have, it's very non-committal.
Right.
Because then you can say, well, I can add more pages and I can add less pages. I can take it away. If I make a mistake, I don't have to rip it off. I can just go in thinking, oh, I want more pages. Take it out.
Yep.
Pull it in.
That's it.
Then kind of go in. It's like, well, I want to put, this vellum page, or this one is actually a thin,
Parchment?
It's not. It's actually Duralar, which is kind of acetate, but sorry, it's a it's a plastic, but
I've never heard of it.
Graphics makes it.
Oh.
That's polypropylene or something like that. So you can, it will die cut it as long as you put a piece of paper on top of it. It's not very thick. So there you have it. We have got this one, which we can then embellish it further if we wanted to. We can put maybe this one in here. And then, of course, you could print. Another thing I wanted to do is print poems and things like that. You can then do it as a kind of,
what?
Order of service at a wedding.
Yeah.
You know, really kind of personalized. Or this kind of, also the ones that they do for Christmas, like you put pictures from the family as well, like kind of an update as well. And then I wanted to do maybe a floral here. Maybe we could put a floral. And remember, it doesn't have to be always matching. It could be offset, because that's what the whole thing is.
Yeah.
And then if you have gone in for the geometric ones, you can then put some of these ones in there as well. So these ones are the Geo Flowers that come in with the Small Hinge, which I'm going to demonstrate next because I wanted to show how it works out. And also you can then mix and match, so then you can embellish it. Right, so that is how you kind of assemble it the other way around.
Excellent, thanks Paola. Right then. We are so busy for the one-day special. We are now over 70% of the stock gone. Now remember, so this is the last time you're going to see this today. Please do check out your baskets. You have got your Boundless Journal dies and your floral panels, but once the floral panels have gone, it's a limited run basically. So please do check out your baskets. If you already had the originals, oh, has it now? Okay, the florals literally have just sold out. So you can now only get them in the one-day special if you go for it. Remember, the one-day special has got a fabulous freedom discount. Okay, look at this one. This is cool. All of the samples are just absolutely beautiful. The angels have done an amazing job. They're also different when you look at them.
Yeah. That's one of mine, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
But then again, it's showing that with acetate. So if you want to die cut thin acetate, John's top tip, and it works like a trade, is to put a piece of paper, sometimes sandwich it between the acetate, between two pieces, or just put one on the top. Watercolor card also helps. And then, of course, the leftovers is pages for another one.
Absolutely.
So you get 2 for 1.
Such a good idea. Right, we've got more, so much more. Now this is using, now that's clever. Now this is using the die, one of the new dies as a stencil, so that works well. So of course you don't have to just use them for making journals. They can be for cards, they can be for anything. Look at that. That's another really good, oh yeah, that's by Sam, there we go. Look at this one. That's really pretty. Lovely. Sam did that one as well. He's been busy.
He's so good. Thank you so much, Sam, for everything.
Lovely stuff. And then, oh, look at that. That's absolutely filled with gilding flakes. And I love the hearts. Oh, you're going to see those in a second. We've got this one here. Oh, hang on, wrong way. Absolutely beautiful. Let's go back to some journals. 1 second. So we've got this one here. There you go. And of course, using the downloadable words. Isn't that stunning? So stunning. The possibilities are absolutely endless. But as you're seeing, it's all very personal to you. That's what we like. Look at this one. Adding photos. That's so pretty. Look at that. Love this. See, again, it's about memories, personalising. It's absolutely glorious. Okie dokie, we're now nearly 3/4 of the stock gone on this beautiful one-day special. As a Freedom member, it's £30.58. This is now the only time you can get the floral panels as part of the one-day special because they've sold out individually. 981135 is your item number. It's a beautiful collection, isn't it? There you go. There you go. And it's well worth becoming a Freedom member because, of course, your postage is covered. Oh, that's cool. I like that sample. Who's done that one?
I did that one.
Oh, you did that one.
That's Dolly Dimples, one of Dolly Dimples' collections.
Ah, it looks really cool, doesn't it? Right then, so please do make sure you are checking out your baskets because it is supremely, supremely busy. Now, something else that you might want to add to your baskets. I love these. These are the arrow hearts. Don't they look so cool? Now, this is also limited stock. So again, add it to your basket. And of course, only $9.99. So there you go. Look at that. They're really cool, aren't they? I love the samples as well. They're so cool. There you go. So you've got your arrows, you've got your hearts, and they're quite quirky hearts. Loving those. And you've got the geometric heart as well. Look, isn't that a really nice sample? Really cool. And then look, we've got a little bit of like heart bunting. Just a little, look how cool is this? Wait. Oh, wait, one way round, always. Oh, okay, that's it. They think it's all over. It is now. So thank you very much. That's now sold out. Thank you. Okay, now we do have floral accessories, so check this out. Now this is where the Geo Flowers are that Paola's mentioned. So really, really cool. Again, everything that Paola produces is so super cool. So you've got your flowers, you've got your botanicals, 32 dies in total here. It's £26.96 if you want these. Oh, I've got some samples, if I may. Are these cool? Have a little look at this. It's funky.
This is going to be my next demonstration using, my next demonstration is going to be using the Small Hinge because this one allows you to do the same concept on any page, on any paper that is actually 3 inches in height.
Amazing.
At least this is 3 inches in height. You can do this.
Look at these. Brilliant stuff. Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
So this one is a double hinge. So it's on the right-hand side and then on the left-hand side as well.
Aha. Really cool. And then we've got this one. Let's open this up. Yes.
Yeah. You can see it here that just any piece of paper that will go through that cutting machine. Look at that. Yeah, my old wasabi there. Oh, and yeah, it is. Yeah, look at that.
Ah, beautiful. Ah, bless. Right, if you want this, it's or these sets, it's £26.96. 751321. We are now nearly 40% of the stock gone. So please do check out your baskets. Right, I'm going to hand back to you, Paola.
Right, so I thought that I would do the Small Hinge, you know, to direct how it works, because the principle of Boundless is the same. You make an aperture, you have got the spine, and then you have got the lock and keep. However, it's a little bit different in the sense that it doesn't cut the outer die. It only cuts the aperture and scores it. Now, so basically you can see in here, this is what it has done. I'm going to show you it from the beginning. So for instance, I have got these pages from, I think this one is from Teresa Collins, and it's an old collection. So what I have done is I done that myself. I put a ruler over it with a permanent marker to just highlight where the center is. And that is, so when I put it in here, I can make sure that it's centered with the scoring line. You can see, I can see it there, and I can see it there as well. So that kind of is there and more or less perfect. And then kind of secure it with low tack tape. That is important to secure it. Use either low tack or use washi tape or anything, but make sure that you have it secured so it's kind of in the right placement. And then we have, for instance, I have got here, this could be a good way to do for wedding invitations and wedding memorabilia, because then you can bind them all together. Yeah. So for instance, this is actually a wedding invitation that I did for my cousin back in 2011, I think it was, they got married. So for instance, if I wanted to keep all the things together, you can see it if I open it up. It's in Spanish, so, but you can see in here that is the, and then place it again. There it is. Oh, don't worry. No, don't worry. It's 2011. Nobody lives there anymore. So it's like you don't go in there. It's like don't if it's addresses in Spain as well, they're slightly different in there. But anyway, and then can you imagine someone's like, "Oh, are you Paula's relatives?" Like
knocking on your door.
It's like, right. So then we put it through it, and this is the way. Like you can do that also with envelopes, and I'm going to show it as well how you can do it. So basically, you run it through, and again, it has scored. And then that has got the there as well. So there we have it there. And then, for instance, now I wanted to do, like I was mentioning, an element, what is it? The envelope in there. Again, I'm centering as much as possible, run it through here. And then even an A5 envelope will fit through it. And then run it. Now, in the meantime, I have cut the spine as well, or the hinge, and then, of course, the locking mechanisms for this set. All these ones come in with the hinge, the small hinge. And then, again, it has got the same thing that kind of folds it.
Oh, we're right. Sorry.
Yes, right. Yeah, they
made me jump.
It kind of has got that kind of bloop noise there. And then there we have it. So again, the envelope has gone there, and you can still use it as a kind of a pocket in here to put elements. So I have got all my elements, but remember, you can always add more. My spine is here. And then you can, if it's a wedding, like our producer just said, it's like it would be good for an RSVP envelopes as well. And then you can have everything, or you can have elements in there. So you could have that in here. And if you don't, and then put the tag, this tag has got a little kind of clip in there. And this one, the other one that you are getting, has a hole, so you can put a brad, and that would work as a stopper. So that would work. And there we have
it's cool,
kind of a binding. Yeah.
Yeah, love that.
So this, and this is with a small hinge on itself. And again, you have got, if you wanted to do more of a spine, you can fold it. It comes with its own kind of extender as well. The one thing I will say is that if you have got, some people were thinking, can you mix and match with the Boundless Journal? Yeah. You can, but then you would have to use the spine from the small hinge, because you can see the aperture it creates is a little bit smaller than the Boundless one. So therefore, you can put these pages inside it, but you cannot put the hinge from the Boundless in here because it's too small. The other thing I would say is, again, as long as your piece of card, so for instance, this one, it's above 3 inches, you can just make sure that you have the hole in there.
Amazing, thanks, Paula. Okay, so that is just one of the die sets that we have got here. Look, you've also got the botanicals, you've got your florals. Now, so I've got some more samples too. One second. You've got lovely samples. Look at that. So they're all completely different. I mean, seriously, I say this a lot. We don't want a one-trick pony. Oh, this does so many tricks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, this one is like I think it's a little bit
that way.
The other way.
That way.
Or horizontal. No, the
that
other
way. That way.
No, there's that way. Yeah, that way. Yeah. That's the way how. And of course, that's we're using the botanicals and then the Geo Flowers. Now, if you have gone for this is a bundle for me that I would definitely, if you don't have them, go for it because it has got the small hinge. But also the botanicals are the ones that I'm kind of embellishing now. You can see in here, these ones are something that I hand drew last year. And I just love the way that you can just add some detail and some contrast very quickly and very easily. And there you have the simple done. Then you have got, of course, the Geo Flowers, which if you have gone for the one-day special as well, let me show you what they do. I mean, you have got here the dies. Look at this. I mean, you can take the Geo Flowers and place them either over the top. Look at they have matched it absolutely perfectly. And then you have got the smaller ones that you can then put even like here. You can see that it will match absolutely perfectly. So you have got all these possibilities if you wanted to die cut it out of white. So you can do that, or then also like this, so you have got that elements in there. But you have got also the solid ones, so therefore, for instance, if you're kind of thinking, oh, that kind of, I want to add more, you can add them. And this one, for instance, kind of layers like this perfectly over the top. You can see there that it kind of adds that kind of element there. So then you could, if you wanted, layer them over here so you can see a little bit of the pink, a little bit of the black, and a bit of the white.
I really like that. Cool. So a few more samples here. We've got some good ones. Well, they're all good, aren't they? Excuse me. And then, ta-da, there you go. You can see those wonderful elements in there. Oh, that's a lovely nature-inspired one, isn't it? Check this one out with the florals on it again. You can see that's so pretty.
That's the one that I did. This one I did at 8 p.m. last night as well. So it's the same principle I just done, but you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fab, isn't it? Look, we've got another one here. So pretty. They're all so different, aren't they? Amazing. Right then, £26.96. Again, you've got so many dies for your money. 32 in total. 751321 is your item number. Okay, back to the one-day special. It is super, super busy for these. We are now 80% of the stock gone on our one-day special. So we have the Boundless Journal dies, and you have got the floral panels. 24 dies in total. The only way you can get your floral panels now is in the one-day special because they have sold out individually. Now, as a Freedom member, you've got an even better discount. There you go. We've taken it to £30.58. And of course, as you know, your postage is covered. 981135 is your item number. We've had a picture. This is from Lady Jude. What a fabulous name, can I just say. So this, apparently, this is her first ever one.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's super cool. Well done. Thank you for sending this in, by the way. Really appreciate it. Oh, good stuff.
I love that. I love that.
Amazing. Thank you. Right, I'm going to hand back to you, Paola. We've got about, what time is it? 9 minutes.
Okay,
9 minutes.
so we'll try to finish a card because I thought it would be nice to do a card as well. So what I'm going to do is, because the floral panels included in the one-day special that allow you to cut into, create beautiful panels for card making as well. So it's not just for art journaling or mini albums, it's just about card making as well. So I'm going to place those two panels through the die cutting machine, and I'm using mirror card. Which obviously is notoriously difficult to die cut. So I'm going to run it twice, just so also it comes out of the die, all the bits much easier. So that kind of helps out. So what I'm going to do is run it through once. And I could, of course, with the Go Power and Emboss, I could reverse it if I wanted to, but I wanted to rotate them, so I have got both directions. And it's something that is a good habit to get into, because that way kind of die cuts it a little bit, it's not so much about die cutting it properly because it kind of has, but also is that the pieces of paper will come off easily, especially on live TV, even though I use a die brush, which by the way, I think we have got on the website.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, we have got one, not this one, but another one.
Okay.
This one is a bit old. We have got the Crafts 2 that has got also the pokey tool, but I don't have that one yet, so, you know, yes, that's why I kind of use what I have in here. So kind of take it away. And you can see it has die cut it perfectly, but you can see if I take it out, it comes in. This is why I do it twice, because look at that, it comes up very clean.
Oh, it looks so cool
Look
in that
at that.
cardstock as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a rose platinum gold sort of color in there. And of course, I would remove all these beads before I die cut it again. Make sure that you clean your dies by making sure that there's not pieces of paper, because if there are pieces of paper, the next time that you are going to die cut it, there is kind of, it doesn't cut as well, because there's paper in there. So this one again, I'm going to put it there. Just kind of see how it peels off. If you die cut it, if you put it through the machine twice, it's so much easier to peel it off. I'm going to put that. So I have got these bits in there, and then what I'm going to do is, so I have got an acetate card. You know how much I love acetate card. So what I've done is...
It's so clean, isn't it?
It is. So you can see in here that I could match it up perfectly if I wanted to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset it. So it kind of has got that kind of, again, that kind of, I don't know how can I say it, kind of random, that organic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go downstairs and downstairs. I call it downstairs. It's just basically going to the floor, and then just place the die cut there, and then I'm gonna see. So you can see in here. Now, what I want to do with this one is actually not use the whole, like, I mean, I could, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, if I can find them, the smallest scissors, and then cut elements in here. So cut it out of the card, and then cut it in there, and then kind of cut those elements as well. I mean, you can leave them if you wanted to, but what I'm doing is basically creating a bit of a kind of pop-up. So then I can put it in there as well.
Like that.
So then you can see that how it creates kind of, and it's a kind of, this is the satin card, sort of the rose gold. So I kind of go in there. Just kind of put it a little bit of spray glue, because of course I'm using acetate and mirror cards, and wet glue does not really work that well on these surfaces. So I have got that, and then I'm going to glue that with my super the big one, and then
not just a Bond girl, you're yeah, Charlie's Angels. That's it. Charlie's Angels.
And then we have, now to cover this up, what do we do is kind of die cut another piece with the plain one, and then just rotate it, and then just make sure that you place it there. And this is usually what I do with acetate cards. This is where I write the message on the back of it. And then you have got this. And then I'm going to take my Geo Flowers. And remember the Geo Flowers, look, so you can then place them over the top. You can create a softer look if you wanted to, but I'm going to do that with, I'm going to say a little bit of glue in here. So then you place it there on the top. And then remember that you get, with the floral panels, you also get the kind of a statement for the centers.
I like that.
So then you kind of add those dimensions in there. Actually, that's not the one. I'm going to put that one in here. And then, okay, and then we're going to put this one in here. And then you remember that the center as well from the one day special with the floral panels comes in with the circles, and then the matching heart center there. So I'm going to put there. Okay, and then just put that in here. And then just put it there. And then we have got the center. And there is some other elements as well from different pieces. So you can have, for instance, the paper clip. I'm going to just put it there. Just as a decoration in there. And that kind of adds that element there. Or maybe moving it like this. There it is. And then maybe if you wanted, you can use other elements. But you can see now, kind of thinking, look at this, these are kind of rose gold.
Beautiful.
So pattern papers, then you can bring in as well with different elements. So remember that you can like cut it out of any piece of card. And then I'm going to put kind of that sticker, because I kind of like it. Let's run away.
Yes, please.
And then there it is. Let's run away.
Is that an eloping card?
Maybe it could be like, oh, you know.
No, that's absolutely stunning.
I should give it to Leonie, that one. Let's run away and get married in Las Vegas.
Love that. Right, we've got just enough time to show a few more samples. Now, remember, this is the last time you're going to see Paola for the one-day special. And this is the last time you're going to see these dies for today. Now, we are over 80% of the stock gone, but just check this out. And you can only get the, oh, isn't that cool? That's a travel journal. You can only get the floral panels as part of the one-day special because they've sold out individually. So cool.
Yeah.
And it has been a limited edition run.
Yeah, for the panels, they're always limited runs. So if you want them, you know, make sure that you check out your baskets. And I know that kind of, it's one of those ones that you can, of course, use the matting and layering or the outer dye to create this. This is using a Tracy Hay alpaca pulse, those gorgeous stamps. So you can do it as a coloring book for maybe you are traveling and you think your children, you want them to keep them entertained. That would be perfect. Or the grown-ups.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know me, I love my colouring as well. Look, and then this one, I think I've hopefully shown. Oh,
that was a bit. Don't worry.
Oh,
that's
a little extra.
A little bit.
I think I've hopefully shown every sample that we have got on the show. Right then, please do check out your baskets. This is the last time you're going to see, for now anyway, the Boundless Journal die and the floral panels. The floral panels brand new today. If you are a Freedom member, there is a discount. We have taken it down to £30.58 and you're getting 24 dies in total. Item number then is 981135. Thank you very much, Miss
Thank you very much, Alice. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
I know, you're off on your travels.
I am.
She is. I'm not jealous in the slightest. Right then. Yep, check out your baskets, but of course, don't go anywhere. We've got more coming up after this.